Today I'm going to show you how to make a no-bean rabbit chili. Start with 2 strips of bacon. When the bacon is done, remove it to a plate with a paper towel to drain. And then in your bacon fat, you want to take 1 whole onion diced up and 4 big cloves of garlic minced up. And you'll saute that for 5 minutes. Okay, after the onions and garlic have sauteed for 5 minutes, you add 1 cup of diced celery, and then you will have 1 green bell pepper diced, 1 bell pepper color of your choice, red, orange, or yellow. I am actually using 2 golden treasures, which is about equivalent to the size of a regular bell pepper. They're a sweet pepper from the garden. And then 4 mature red jalapenos diced. And then those will be sauteed for 5 more minutes. Okay, these have sauteed for 5 minutes. So in goes the cup of celery. The bell pepper, the golden treasure pepper, and the jalapenos. We'll saute for 5 more minutes. Okay, now you will transfer your onions and peppers into your cooking pot. You scrape. Okay, so then you'll want to dice up your bacon, and you'll want to put in it with your peppers and onions and garlic. Okay, and now we take 1 pound of ground rabbit meat and crumble it into the pan, followed by a pound of Italian sausage. If you make your own sausage, this can be rabbit sausage. You just want it to be fairly fatty rabbit sausage, which you can do by saving all of the fat from your rabbits and putting it in the grind. But I'm using Italian sausage from my pig share today. And then this will be browned, and once it is browned, we will add the seasonings. Okay, for your spices, you will need 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, and 2 tablespoons of cumin. Also 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Okay, after the sausage and the rabbit meat is mostly brown, in the case of the rabbit meat grade, it's time to add all of the spices, which I have blended into one so they're evenly distributed. It's better to add the spices to the meat separately than into just the big pot of chili, I think, because it really flavors the meat much better. Once the spices are fully incorporated into the meat like this, and it's finished completely browning all the way through, then this gets added into the pot here. Okay, and now you want to mix the peppers and the chili all together, like so. then we're going to add a pint or 2 cups of broth. I'm using rabbit bone broth. You can use chicken broth or beef broth or whatever you have. And stir it in well. And then you want to take a pint of tomatoes or a pound of fresh tomatoes diced, but you want the juices. And you want to stir that in. Okay, now we add a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. And stir that in until it is completely incorporated. I find that with this it works better to smash it around, otherwise it won't come apart very well. This is true in any kind of saucy situation, because the last thing you want to bite into when you're making your chili is a clump of tomato paste, or when you're eating it rather. Okay, and bring it to a boil, and then once it's at a boil, you give it a good stir, and you turn it all the way down to low and let it simmer for 1 to 2 hours, depending on how soon you want to eat it, and if you have the time to wait the 2 hours. Okay, and bring it to a boil, and then once it's at a boil, you give it a good stir, and you turn it all the way down to low and let it simmer for 1 to 2 hours, depending on how soon you want to eat it, and if you have the time to wait the 2 hours. This is what it looks like when it's done. It is a very nice, mild chili.